chose the topic of monologues today is because you just need to know how to do monologues. I mean, as an actor, a monologue should be like second nature to you, because when we go for auditions, when we go for literally anything, we need to have a monologue prepared. Or if not prepared, you just need to have the art of memorizing. And what best way to learn if not with monologues? So, I just want to begin by saying I I I was taught how to act by two teachers. That was back in 2023, around February there. That was by Mr. Richard Mulindwa and Mr. Philip Luswata. If you a person who watches comedy of Uganda, you know of the name Philip Luswata. He taught me how to act, how to understand scripts. Mr. Richard Malindo just taught me basics when it comes to camera work, how to behave in front of a camera, how to use your body, how to use your voice, how to use your eyes, because for an actor, the emotions are read through your eyes. So if you shut them, it's really hard for someone to tell. Anyways, down from that, I'd just like to welcome you guys to this session today, where we're going to have a chat about acting and monologues. That's just to be specific. And once again, I'd just like to welcome you guys. So, my first thing I want to talk about in monologues is the right choice of a monologue. A monologue plays a very big role, and choosing the right one will help you out in your performance, in an audition, in delivery, literally. So basics, what is a monologue? A monologue ideally is a piece delivered by an actor in a play, in a film, in a performance. Here, a character, you as an actor, you're embodying something, you're becoming a character. So the lines said when performing a monologue are actually not your lines, they're the character's lines. So basically, a monologue is done by an actor who is in character and is speaking out loud with no one interrupting. That's my take on what a monologue is. What people do where we are two, that is not a monologue, that's a dialogue. A monologue, according to me, is done by an artist, one person delivering a lines without interference, but ideally you're speaking to someone, you're speaking to an audience. That is what a monologue is to me. So why do I say you have to know the right choice of a monologue? It's gonna help you out. Let's start with what they call the feet. I don't think you want to walk out of your house dressed in an outfit that you feel doesn't look good on you. For example, I can't move out of my place in an oversized shirt if I know it doesn't fit me. That's the same thing with monologues. You need to get a monologue that actually speaks to you. What do I mean? If you're 20 years old, what's the whole point of reading a monologue of an 80-year-old person and you think you can portray an 80-year-old person very well? I'm not saying you shouldn't try it, but when it comes to a performance, when it comes to an audition, please get a monologue that fits you. Get a monologue that resonates with you. Get a monologue that you feel gives you more power over it. Because if a monologue has more power over you, it's going to be boring. That's what I consider a fit. And please just pick one that resonates more with you. And two, I want to talk about the boredom test. As an artist, you must carry out a boredom test. If a monologue is boring to you, what makes you think to the person on the other end watching, receiving, your monologue is going to be interesting? Unless that's how the text is supposed to be delivered. But even if it was boring, you would like it. It's just that for now, you should carry out that boredom test when you're, going through a monologue. If it's boring to you, if the monologue is boring to you, what can I say? it's gonna be boring to me who's watching you. That's all I can say. If it's boring to you, the the um, the viewers are gonna find it boring too. So pick something that once you read, you feel, yeah, I can nail this. This looks good for me. Trust me, the audience is gonna like it too. And another thing is keep it short. Always keep your monologue short, unless it's required for you to make it very long. What do I mean? I've gone for audition calls in Uganda. That's at the National Theatre, at other locations as well. But I've never found an audition where they say, come prepared with a monologue more than 2 minutes. It's really rare. You'll always find a monologue of 1 to 2 minutes. That's pretty short. You see, it's easy to capture an audience in a few seconds than boring someone for 5 minutes. Because at the end of the day, if you for let's use TikTok for example, you've noticed we all use social media and we doom scroll at a point. But personally, when I'm on TikTok and I find a video boring in even the first 5 seconds, I will scroll past it. It's the same thing with your monologues. If someone is watching you perform and you do not capture them in the first few seconds, what makes you think someone's going to sit through 3 minutes of your monologue? So I feel the sweet spot is between 60 seconds to 90 seconds. That is roughly a minute to a minute and a half. And most monologues for auditions, they're going to tell you 1 minute to 2 minutes. I think if you can see, that's still the sweet spot. So it's good to keep your monologue in that range. That's a minute to 2 minutes. That's really going to help you out as an actor. I wish I knew this when I was starting out, because trust me, when you're fresh in this thing, you know nothing about it. They will tell you to do a monologue. You do not know what a monologue is. You do not know how to deliver it. You're going to make a fool of yourself. And trust me, casting directors are going to tell you, oh, you did well, I'll contact you. Trust me, they will not contact you. They've done that to us several times. I remember one time I went in for an audition and I panicked. I panicked so much. I did what I could do, and these casting directors were all smiling, and then they told me, you did good, we shall contact you. Trust me. I think I'm still waiting for them to contact me. Moving forward, choice of a monologue. You should always put one thing in mind: surprise the audience. That really helps out as an artist, because when we're going for auditions, an audition call is not restricted unless it's behind doors. But if it's open and you've seen posters of it, trust me, you're going to go for an audition. And most of the auditions I've gone for in Uganda, they will not tell you to come with your own monologue piece. They will provide a monologue piece for you. So now, what makes you different from all the other 100 actors who have come to audition? That's the question. If you do not know how to surprise the audience, how will you stand out? What do I mean by that? As an artist, you shouldn't be afraid to show emotion. You shouldn't be afraid to be looked at as foolish. Why? We as human beings are pulled to things we feel we can't really do in public out loud. Look at the Oscars in America. Look at the people who win the Oscars and all that. They normally tend to do a lot. Someone is going to cry. Mucus is going to come out of his nose, her nose. Someone is going to look like a fool. Someone is going to act weird. Now, that's what's interesting to the audience. In what way? I feel it's unique. I mean, I want to cry. I want not to control how my tears are going to roll. I don't want to control how probably mucus is going to come out. But that feels... Oh, you can't do that in public. An actor, you have to. Some of those things make you stand out, honestly. If you're not afraid to let loose, if you're not afraid to, how can I say, speak your truth, not holding back, that's really helpful for an artist. So always learn to surprise the audience, and it's always good to take your audience on a trip, because that's beautiful. A trip is really beautiful. By that I mean, don't do a monologue piece where you feel, where we are gonna watch you and you're gonna be flat. I don't think you're taking me on a trip there. It's flat. I feel your performance is flat. I mean, you can watch back your monologues. It's always good to record yourself and then sit back and watch and tell me if you personally can turn away from your monologue you performed, put it in loud, and tell me if you feel emotionally attached to it. Sometimes we just perform because we think, we just have to do it. But no, you just have to learn how to get in touch with your emotions, take your audience on a trip. It really helps out. And how can I say one more thing about monologues? You shouldn't give half of yourself when performing. I don't know if that makes sense. By that I mean, do not hold back. What are you going to lose if you come out of that audition room? That's the question I can ask you. When you leave that audition room and you underperformed, you're going to blame yourself for not booking the job. But I feel if I go in for that audition and I give in my all, I put all my energy into this, I don't care. Trust me. I feel I've given my all. So if I don't book the job, in my head I know at least I did it to the max. That really helps out. Choosing the right setting. That's another point I have. When I say choosing the right setting, look at monologues. Personally, I've done so many monologues, and at the end of the day, many people do monologues standing. Very many people do monologues standing. Some people will do monologues seated. Some people will do monologues standing. I mean, it all comes down to you. So personally, I feel choose your setting well. That's one. If you have read your monologue piece and you feel, because everyone is performing monologue standing, ideally I don't think that is right. If the monologue calls for it, if you feel it's going to help you perform better while standing, it's okay. But if your setting says, if you've read your monologue piece and your monologue calls, you feel you can give your all when you are sitting, please sit. Say it. I mean, change the setting. Be unique. Be you. That's all I can say. It's beautiful to do a piece where you feel you've given your all. It's beautiful to do a piece where you know everything is right. You leave that audition room and you know, I have bagged this. I have made it. I have And one thing personally I faced as an actor was I was afraid to let it hurt. I don't know if that makes sense. I have always been afraid to let it hurt. Sometimes we want to hold back and we're afraid to let what we actually are feeling come out. And as a beginner actor, many are afraid to let it hurt. Many are afraid to let the audience see what you can do. But we wish to be actors. We are actors. But at the end of the day, we hold back. We are afraid of it, and that limits us as actors. So as a beginner actor, I would advise, just let loose. Do your monologue and let it fly. Be you. Just let the audience see what you can deliver. And this doesn't come in a day, it comes with practice. This doesn't come after just one monologue and people are liking it. Trust me, every actor you see out there's that one monologue piece we do not want you seeing. My first monologue pieces, I do not want anyone searching them up. I do not want anyone seeing them, because when I look back at that performance in mind, I'm like, I thought I was on point. I thought I was fire. and I wasn't. But I kept going. I kept doing it. Um, it's a very competitive industry, if I may say. But how you govern yourself, the research you do, the practice you carry out, that's gonna make you a better actor. That's why I say for a beginner actor, you should know exactly what to do when choosing the right monologue. In summary, the monologue you've chosen should fit you. It should be like the cloth you're proud to move out with and go for a function. That's how your monologue should be. You're 20 years old, please pick a monologue that resonates with you, that you're proud to perform. Do not get a monologue that is for a 70-year-old person and you think you're gonna fool the community that you're 70 years old. The boredom test. If your monologue is boring to you, trust me, it's gonna be boring to your audience. So check that out. 3, keep it short. That monologue should speak to you, but it should be in a short time. Why do I say so? People's attention span is also short. If you're doing it for social media, please keep it 60 to 90. If you're doing it for auditions, go according to the time given to you. As I said, surprise the audience. Take the audience on a trip, always. It's a beautiful experience for someone watching you to imagine they were in your place. So always take them on a trip. Your monologue shouldn't only, show a piece of you, but it should show entirely what you are capable of bringing on the table, what makes you a unique actor. And also listen and be present. When we're performing monologues, since a monologue is done by one person, keep the other part in your head. For example, me, when I'm performing monologues, there's this competition going on, Ties That Bind Us, by Incredible Media. They say we do monologues from the series. So most of the scenes are performed between 2 people or 3, but as a monologue piece, I'm supposed to imagine I'm speaking to that person. So keeping them in my head and listening and knowing when to say my next line, knowing what my line weighs, how to deliver it, how to relate it with my body when I'm performing, that's gonna help me stand out as an actor, because you're gonna go to audition rooms and the people you're competing with, trust me, you'll be there and you're the next one, but the guy who has gone in before you sounds so good, you'll be afraid to be next. That happens. But remember, they may sound so well, but they may haven't used their body, and that's a big problem. If you use your body, you use your voice, you use your space, because at the end of the day, you've gone for this audition. What are you gonna lose? I mean, I've already gone in, they're already seeing me, I'm already in front of everyone. Now what? It's either I cook myself or I stay present and make something of myself, because at the end of the day, you're gonna leave a mark. Which one do you want to leave? Do you want to leave one that don't work with that actor again? Oh, why would I hire that one? Look how he's performing. Just leave a mark. So always be present, let loose, let it hurt sometimes, not every time. I'm not saying rely on emotional trauma to be there, and know where and when delivering lines, because a monologue, you may have a short monologue or a long monologue. At the end of the day, it shouldn't be flat. Know when to emphasize. For example, if I am to say a sentence like if I'm to say something like, I didn't kill your cat, I can emphasize I, so I can be like, I didn't kill your cat. Or I can be like, I didn't kill your cat. I didn't kill your cat. I didn't kill your cat. It's how you deliver it, because at the end of the day, whichever word you emphasize changes it gives a different meaning to the sentence. For example, if I emphasize cat in my statement, for example, I didn't kill your cat. It's more like I probably did, but not yours. It was someone else's. If I'm to say I didn't kill your cat, it's like I'm emphasizing kill. I mean, at the end of the day, what you emphasize on gives the sentence a different meaning. So in your whole monologue piece, know when to emphasize, how to emphasize, because we do that in real life. We are not flat. We have an act to everything we do. We have an act to what we say in conversations. That really helps out in your performance. It helps you to stand out as an artist. And the second one was understanding the who and why. Let me use an example of asking mommy and daddy for money. That's my standing example. You can get your own, but to me, that's my standing example. Oh, thank you so much for that. Arthur Dot, I think I've read your name. Thank you for that. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Asking mommy and daddy for money. This is my standing example. The who. You do not talk to your boss the same way you talk to your best friend. Let that sink in. I hope that sinks in. You do not talk to your boss the same way you talk to your best friend. How I approach my boss is very different from how I approach my best friend. It's the same way when I'm asking mommy for money, daddy for money. Let's use that also. How I ask them for money. Audience attention. First of all, pardon me. Where and when do I lose? Where and when do... Can I please get back to this later? That's if all the comments are still there. But he says, where and when do I lose my audience attention during the audition? Well, when it comes to an audience during audition, all I can say is you lose them if, one, your arc is flat, your way of delivery. I mean, there's nothing interesting to it. You're going to lose the audience in that. If you also, how can I say, imagine, let me read out a line. You don't talk to your, let me do it this way. You don't talk to your boss the same way you talk to your best friend. Before you start to ask, who am I talking to? Imagine them standing right there. Now, imagine I do it in a flat way. You don't talk to your boss the same way you talk to your best friend. Before you start asking, who am I talk to? Imagine them standing right there. I don't know if you get the difference. That's when you lose an audience. That's when you lose. It's really bad to be in an audition room and your casting directors are not really interested in you. So yes, you lose them, one, when you're flat, two, when you panic a lot, and also this thing of apologizing. You made a mistake and you're like, I'm sorry, can I take it again? You're not the director. You're not the casting director. Can I take it again? I'm sorry. Apologizing. By the way, that's one thing I should say off topic of what I was talking about. When you mess up and you can cover it up with your performance, please do. Do not mess up, panic, and say, I'm sorry. Some directors will be lenient and be like, nah, it's okay. You can do it again. Trust me. You rarely get callbacks from that. When a casting director, or when you've gone for an audition and you're given the audience to perform and they start recording, please go with it. We mess up. Personally, I have apologized in audition rooms before, and what I'm telling you is what casting directors told me. Casting directors told me, please do not say I'm sorry within their take. If you can cover it up, or you see your power in writing. As a writer, I mean, if you're talking in an angle of a writer, I mean, you have to see your power in writing. Now, that's where tables change. As a writer, when you write it out, even you, if you're in an audition room and you see an actor perform it, and it doesn't relate with how you saw it in your writing, that's different. So yes, you do see your power in writing, but if you're looking at it in an angle of a writer, then how you also feel when you're writing, I think the audience will feel it that way. I mean, if you feel this specific section is gonna, you feel it as you're writing and you feel that, yeah, it's good. Trust me, someone else reading will probably like it as well. So yeah, I diverted a bit, but understanding the who and why, I said I'm asking mom and dad for money. The who, you do not talk to your boss the same way you talk to who? Your best friend. You should understand that when performing a monologue. Who are you talking to? Who are you addressing? Are you addressing your boss? Are you addressing your best friend? Are you addressing your sister? That's going to help you deliver your lines better. Because if I have a monologue and I am addressing my girlfriend, I am definitely going to speak to her in a different way. Even if the lines are romantic, but she's not my girlfriend and she's my boss, it's going to come out in a bit cocky kind of way, not exactly with my girlfriend or something. You should know who you're speaking to and the why. When I say the why, what is your end goal? What do you want to achieve? Why am I talking to so and so? There is an agenda. Who am I talking to? Why am I talking to them? Because we never talk with no reason. Unless you're mad. You must always have a reason for when you're talking. Yeah, our intention is to get a yes. Our intention is to get I am sorry. Our intention is to get probably shut up or something. But there's always a reason as to why we are talking. What's the end goal? Keep that in mind. Who you're talking to matters. Am I talking to my best friend? Am I talking to someone I hate? That helps you in your delivery. The why, the goal, what's your end goal? What are you trying to achieve? If I'm engaging in a conversation with this person, what do I want to achieve? That's going to help you out. The who, the why, and also the stakes. What do I lose? What do I gain after I have done this, after I have said this? What do I gain? You get me? What do I gain? That really helps out. What are the stakes in this? Imagine, how can I put it? If I get what I want, it really matters in a way that if you do not get it, you're gonna look crazy. At the end of the day, I like that. At the end of the day, what's my end goal? If you do not feel your stakes are high, if you do not feel your stakes match up to what you're doing, it's gonna be boring, it's gonna look lazy. Your performance is gonna look forced, and you're an actor, we react. So basically, our performance is supposed to look genuine, and that is the whole science behind it. So know who you're speaking to, the why, which is your goal, and the stakes at hand. So beyond that, as an actor, you must also have a bit of emotional truth in your performance. Not a bit, a lot of it. Sorry about that. Imagine someone says happy birthday to you and they actually mean it. I think that touches me more than just singing the words to me, and I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Personally, celebrating my birthday, that is crazy. So if anyone was to tell me happy birthday, and yeah, I may not put my heart into it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I mean, it's different. So number one, do not act an emotion. You're a beginner actor. We tend to do that. Do not act out an emotion. That's a big mistake. You must feel it. That sounds funny, yeah? Feel what you're doing. Do not act it. We tend to do that a lot. We tend to act out. The scene says cry, and you actually want to fake it and cry. That's acting. But if you actually feel it and you're sad, it's different. Faking it and acting it, those are two different things. So don't act it out. Oh, this is live from Uganda. Thank you for tuning in. Don't act out your emotions. If the script is sad, it says sad. Some part it's like, they've written like it's sad. Please don't fake it. I mean, if you can't cry, but you can find a way of feeling it in your delivery, I will feel it as an audience. Sometimes you do not really need to cry, just feel it and deliver it with emotions. No, it's not daytime. I just have a good lighting setup. So, feel your emotions. Don't act. I mean, feel them, don't act them out. If you try to cry, trust me, it's gonna look fake. Instead, what I would say is think about something that makes you sad. It's gonna drive your delivery. That is kind of method, but you can go with whichever works. But for me, sometimes that works. If I can't think of something in my past that makes me cry, I will actually read the lines and feel what the character is feeling. That's gonna help me out like big time. So do not fake your emotions. Do not act your emotions out. Feel them. That's gonna help in your delivery. And also ask yourself. There's this thing I call the magic of if. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this happened to me, like on a personal scale. You do not have to be a doctor to play one. That's the beauty of being an actor. I do not have to be a doctor to play one. I can just ask myself, if I was a doctor, what do doctors go through? Research about them. If that's really gonna help you out. You get an audition, they hire you, they want you to play as a gang leader, and you're not gonna do research. You're not asking yourself what a gangster does. You're not asking yourself all those questions. How are you gonna do it? I mean, you're gonna read your script, you're not gonna create a backstory, you're not gonna research about it. How do you expect someone to believe your performance on set if you haven't done research, if you haven't known how they speak? If you come on set speaking the way I'm speaking right now, imagine me speaking the way I'm speaking right now, and next you're gonna see me on set on another project and I am acting as a mad person, or I am acting as the president, and I am speaking the way I'm speaking. It's different. If you're sad, why would you sit up straight? I mean, there's a lot about acting, but we just need to do research and know it. As a beginner actor, please don't act your emotions. Understand the magic of if. Ask yourself, if I was so and so, what would a doctor do? If I was a doctor, I have been cast as a doctor. How do doctors do this? What do doctors do? How do they associate with people? How do they hold themselves? That's really going to help you in your performance. 3, inside thoughts. As I said, your face should tell a story even when your mouth is shut. I don't know if that makes sense to you. If I am able to read your emotions and yet you're not speaking, that is a performance, a good one. I mean, there's some there's some films I've watched of actors, and at the end of the day, if he doesn't speak, I can't tell what he's going through. Someone says I'm sad, but they are smiling. It's different. It's like you're showing me you're angry, but you have to scream. Non-verbal, yeah. I mean, you do not have to scream for me to know you're angry. There are several ways you can do it as an actor. Choices. Make your choice. That really helps you out. How can I say? If I'm having a conversation with someone and they've told me to intimidate them, and he's standing right in front of me, and they've told me, tell them I hate you. If he is far and I actually yell, I hate you, it's very different than when I go up close to them and I'm like, I hate you. I mean, choice. Make a choice. Just make sure it sits well with you. Next, I want to talk about conversation versus recitation. Now, that's what kills most people. As an actor, you must have a conversation. Don't recite. The example I can use is talking to a friend versus reading a grocery list. You've woken up, you've left your house, you've left your room, your mom gives you a grocery list and she's like, go and buy this. I don't think you're gonna put emotion in that list. You're just gonna read, she wants tomatoes, she wants this, she wants that, she wants this. Compared to when I'm having a conversation with a friend. With a friend, it's very, very different. So put that in mind. That's my example. Conversation versus recitation. Search for the words. When we're having conversations, even as I'm speaking right now, I do not know what I'm going to say at the end. But I say it. That's what a conversation is. You do not have to know what you're going to say at the end. So even when you're performing your monologue, it should feel like the words are being thought about. It shouldn't feel like you're reciting them out, because that is freaking boring, and trust me, even a person who's not an actor can know. I mean, we've all sat down and watched films and we're like, definitely trying to remember lines. Like, you look at someone and you're like, yeah, she's just remembering. She's reading them out. We always sit back and we're like, she's reading them out. He's reading them out. Now, that's the difference. You should always make it feel conversational in a way that, in acting, we don't just say the lines. We act like we are inventing them every single second. And that's the beauty of conversation. Stop this sing-song habit. As a beginner, we have this rhythm of flat. It's more like da. You don't put the re, mi, fa, so. This is not a music class, but you get my point. It should have ups and downs, ups and downs. When you're angry with someone, you're not gonna be flat. You're gonna go flat. You're gonna raise up. You're gonna calm down. We must feel that. We must feel that. It's good. So as a beginner actor, do not just be flat. Don't just sing like, God. Even karaoke is interesting. You tend to put more emotion in it, except the boring ones. So stop the sing-song habit and listen to the silence. What do I mean by that? Even though you're the only one talking, imagine the other party. You know, he's making faces and he's trying to interrupt you, but react in the silence. Give us that feeling like, well, it's a monologue, but it doesn't feel like a monologue. It feels like you're having an actual conversation with someone. That really helps out. Big time. And as an actor, remember that not all Ugandan movies. You should check out some films in Power Magic Prime and YouTube. There is a Tizer Binder show. Some actors are good, but we all need to learn. We all need to learn. So I want to talk about the last thing, common mistakes. Because our time has gone far due. It's already 45 minutes. Common mistakes. Staring. I think if you've watched most people's monologues, we tend to stare at the camera as I'm performing. I used to do that until an actor friend of mine told me, do not look at the camera, and unless the monologue calls for it, but do not look at the camera. It's intimidating. It's weird. It's weird. Not all of them. Sure, not all of them. Because there's some monologues. Imagine I'm having a conversation with my mom and hi mom. I just hi mom. I mean, they're all different. There are monologues you can speak to the camera, the monologues you should speak aside. The monologues I have to speak to the camera, the monologues I have to speak to the side. But that depends. Most beginners speak straight to the camera. I mean, I'm speaking to the lens and I'm acting out my scene and I'm looking straight at my lens. Now, you see, I'm not looking at my lens here, but if I'm looking at it and I'm trying to perform. Now imagine I was having this live with you and this is how I am looking at you guys. I mean, it feels a bit different. It's the same thing with monologues. So if I'm having a monologue conversation and the other party on the other side is watching and wants to see my performance, yes, you're giving me your eyes, you're giving me your face, well, but it's kind of intimidating. So don't do that. If possible, look to the side and imagine who you're speaking to. I don't mean so much, you can just look a little bit away. That's better. Don't just stare at the camera, stare to the side. That helps us feel calm, and also it helps us feel like you're having a conversation off screen, which is good. And also, this habit, the windmill habit, that's what I call it. Windmill. Beginner actors, we're like theatrical people. Nah. You don't have to do that. Don't use your hands so much. It's boring as hell. It's distracting, not boring. Both. Don't use your hands as much. As an artist, we need to feel it from your face, your voice, your body, but don't do too much. Imagine us having this live with you, and every single time I was doing this. I mean, it's destructive, if you get my point. The hands. Coming into frame, it's destructive. Your eyes are driven away from my face to my hands now. That's the windmill habit. That's what beginner actors do. We tend to use our hands so much, and that kills our performances. You may be a good actor, you may perform well, but this affects your performance. I call it the windmill. And also the volume trap. You don't have to scream to show you're angry. I spoke about that. A very quiet, cold voice is often more scary and more interesting than one who shouts. I told you if I want to show you I'm scary, I won't have... I think if you shout performing your scene and someone is soft and you can just read it on his face, that person is more scary. So yeah, do not believe in that volume trap. Do not believe you have to yell, you have to shout to show anger. So don't believe in that stuff as much. So basically, I wanted to talk about the common mistakes, which I have talked about. Conversation versus reaction. I mean recitation. A conversation is more interesting than when you're reciting. Because imagine we have a conversation and I have planned it out and I speak like I am just reading it out. It's boring. A conversation should feel more interesting, and that's how your monologue should feel. The power of emotion. Do not act your emotion, feel your emotion. Do not cry because it says you're sad. If you do not feel it, that's boring. Feel it. Your tears may fail, but your voice, your way of delivery, your body is going to make me feel like, yay, that person was actually sad. It will actually build up the tears in its own way. It's funny, but it does happen. Inside thought. Question that. And understanding the who and why. Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? The accent in performance. I think I should get back to that. So anyway, from what I've spoken about, I just wanted to ask, do you guys have any questions? Because I've been here for like 50 and I know it's a Saturday. So do you guys have any questions? How can I say? Let me see. Any questions? Any? So Pius, what were you talking about? You said the accent in performance. Yeah, that actually kills a lot too. I mean, you're Ugandan, why do you want to sound so foreign? Unless you grew up speaking English. I did grow up speaking English. My mom and dad are from different tribes, and yeah, English is the only language I've spoken my whole life. I'm not saying I do not know Luganda. I know a little bit. But whenever I speak it with my circle, they say I should just not speak it. So yeah, the accent in performance is, I mean, it all comes down to how you, does your director want you to use one? Have you tried it in front of him? Has he liked it? There's a lot that comes down to a performance. Does the scene call for it? Does the setting of the film call for it? Or in Uganda, unless you're aiming to work in the US or something, of which if you are, I mean, accent is accent. Does the setting call for it? You have to ask yourself all those questions when performing, before performing. That's really gonna help you out big time. So yes, I was told by an actor, do not use the accent in Uganda. So when performing, I try my best to sound as Ugandan as possible. To begin with, Paya said, to begin with, I think we all agree we love you and all the performances, and it's an honor, at least for me, seeing you grow in your journey of being an actor. Thank you for that. Let me see. Who else? No, Roy, Pius. What am I seeing? Pion writing. Martin, please keep writing. I've read your pieces. They're really nice. I love your monologues, Otto. I'm into poetry, but I enjoy your sets and pieces. Keep it up. Thank you for that. Can't see my charity. I want a cup of tea. Next time. Didi can read. Oh, okay. So, guys, let me see. Can we create a community for having a platform like this? I think we can, but that I'm seeing YouTube is kind of difficult for now. How do you guys see? I mean, did most of you guys come from TikTok? Because if you came from TikTok, I think we can be having TikTok sessions whereby we can be discussing more on acting, and it's easier to add people to that. Or we can have like X, like, yeah, it's easy for us to communicate, I mean, to have conversation that way. But I love your journey that you have taken, and as much as I don't understand the content. Oh, thank you so much. Boji Kevin, that's my OB from, he's my brother. That's what I can say. I don't want to call him an OB, he's my brother. A guy stood with me, and no one can tell me stuff. I always respect him, his journey. Well, I'm at a wedding, but I had to log. Oh, Jason, nice for you to log in. I checked your status. Nice outfit, by the way. Can see majority. Well, Charity, say something. Say something. So, guys, oh, okay, it's finally appeared here. Just going to switch that on and such a bit. Okay, we are back. Build a community, Instagram, X, and WhatsApp. I believe it will support you better. So, guys, I think to go on with this conversation, we can build a community, yes, on X, Instagram, and WhatsApp. I will do that, and I will be talking. I mean, I'll post it on my stories on my social media platforms once we've created one. But guys, in case you have questions connected to what we have discussed today, I would like you guys to please send them here, and I tackle them one by one, because at the end of the day, we're trying to build a community where we speak as fellow actors, where we try to grow each other. And yeah, one more thing I have to talk about when it comes to self-taping. If you have the money to shoot a high quality monologue for an audition, please do it. If you have the right lighting, if you have the right camera, because right now I'm speaking to you guys using my phone. I know some of you guys are going to say phones are different and stuff, but yes, I'm using my phone to do this live. So if you can just get the right lighting, it's going to really improve the quality that comes out of your phone. Because personally, I am using my phone and a light and one in the background. to amplify this. But your lighting is gonna help people see you better, because at the end of the day, high quality monologues are good. I'm not saying low quality monologues are bad. Start from somewhere. I personally started from somewhere. If you see my old monologues, trust me, they don't look good. But I still did them and it got me viewers. It got me some directors telling me they love my performance. I kept improving. Journey step by step, but if you can afford a light, if you can afford a backdrop, make sure you always have a plain clothing when performing, or dress the part. That's really gonna help your performance. Do not come dressed in a suit yet they want you to act like an askari. It's different. Remember that. So guys, in case you have questions, please just put them here. I tackle them one by one, and we'll move forward with that. But we shall create a community on X for that. I'll probably be using my Twitter personal account, and we can schedule a day where we can be doing it. If it's once a month, if it's once a week, it's also okay. But if you have questions, please put them here. In line with acting, I'd like to, talk about them one at a time. So I am waiting in case you have a question. Anyone? Hello? And yes, it's not daytime, it's night. If you're in Uganda with me, it's the exact same time. It's 9 where I am. It's not daytime. It's 9 p.m. Yeah, so if you have questions, please just put them out. I do actually have a question. Yes, please. What's your question? Can see me? What's your question? Can't see May's question. Very interesting session. Thanks a lot. You're welcome, Didi. I don't know if it was interesting. I think I blabbed a lot. So yeah, any questions? As we sum it up, summarize it. So, any questions? Where is makeup not? First week, where is makeup not allowed on screen recording monologues, but okay on stage performing monologues? Stage performed monologues. Stage. By stage, okay, why isn't it allowed on screen recorded monologues? I don't think it's refused on screen recorded monologues. I mean, makeup is makeup. What isn't allowed is makeup when creating headshots. Because your headshots, you have to look you. You do not have to have a filter on. You do not have to have makeup on. But when performing a monologue, ideally, no. I mean, if I'm dressing a part, it's okay for me to do it. You can overdo it. I don't think it's not allowed. Martin, I'm humbled your monologues are good too. Thank you, Martin. I try my best to improve every day. Yeah, I try my best to improve my monologues every day. So for Kristen, all I can say, I mean for Charity, all I can say is makeup is not refused. Like, I mean, you can have makeup when you're recording monologues. There's nothing that stops you. I mean, I think that's what I know for the time of being in the industry. I'm not seeing anyone tell me you shouldn't have makeup when doing monologues. You can have makeup when doing monologues, but you can't have makeup. You may have just minimal, but when having your headshots done, they need to see you as you, not the baked version. Or by that I mean they need to see the true you in your headshots. But when it comes to performing a monologue, no, please, you can do what you want. As long as you perform it well, and they feel it. Because now, tell me, you're gonna play a scene where you've walked in on your boyfriend cheating, and you had come dressed so well, and you have makeup on, you wanted him to see you looking appealing, and you're gonna cry, and you want your tears to roll out well, and it's seen, and let's say your makeup is washing off. I mean, if you can do that for your monologue, do it. I don't think it's not allowed. Do you have support system regarding to niche? Support systems in Uganda. For be specific, because if you're talking in line with acting, support systems, do we have? I think we do. Yeah. Do you have support systems regarding? I think we do. Yeah, we do. As if I'm right, I think we do. Yeah. Do we have support systems? I think we do. Yeah, but man, support systems. If we're talking financial aspect, it's there. But man, this game is for the big dogs. For yourself, you have to try and keep pushing. Connections. That's this industry, man. It plays a big number on people. But I think we do. It just comes down to who you know and how good you are. Because I was saying, for Martin, I've read your poems and stuff, and why is makeup not allowed in recorded monologues? I mean, Kansime, no, it's not refused. Who told you it's refused? In recorded monologues? No, it's not refused. But okay, yeah. You may have a point though. Still, let's treat it, your question, if I'm to agree with it, let's treat it like a headshot. Let's treat it like headshot. I think at the end of the day, what answers that question is they still want to sit down on how you perform it when you're you, natural. I mean, I don't have to be drunk to act drunk. So I think that applies to that too. You do not have to be yeah, I think that applies. I think that's the best thing I can give you. You do not have to be drunk to act drunk. And how will you convince me if you're not drunk that you're drunk? So if you have no makeup and you want to act a slay queen, convince me. But that all comes down to a lot of things. When casting directors, man, a casting director may like you for that, a casting director may not. It depends on who you're auditioning for, which company, and the research you've also done. But try it both ways. I mean, I've never seen them say for an online submission you must submit a monologue once. No. It's good to back them. You can send two. You can send your versions. You can send yours with a makeup. You can send yours without a makeup. And tell me they won't like it. If they like it, they will call you. Because at the end of the day, I believe if it's yours, it's yours. So that's it. Any more questions? I'd really appreciate. I just want to answer a little bit more when it comes to that. Film. Someone once asked me why film out of everything. Well, in high school, I was not a guy for MDD, music, dance, and drama. We had what they call MAPA in Makerere College. I hated that thing with my life so much. For who I am today, someone probably would think I probably did theater or stage acting back in high school. I didn't. It all started when I began watching Idris Elba. I knew I wanted to be an actor back in 2018. So that's when I began to tell my friends I would become an actor. So people who were my close friends from my high school know that I have always been in love with the art of acting. So why acting? I feel it's what I know. I feel it's my calling. I feel we all have a purpose in life, and God chose me to do what I'm doing. And I'll feel fulfilled. At the end of the day, I do not want to be on my deathbed and all I would have become in life is standing around me and telling me, nah, you didn't do us justice. You know, you died without doing it, man. It's risky. Big dogs, something like awareness. I was surprised with your work on TikTok, man. It's rare. Ah, man, my work, I try, brother. That's all I can say. I really try. It's all about trying and just keep doing it. Whoever watches you capture your people. There are always people for you. I mean, I didn't know I would one time hold a live and have a few people come in. It's really, it means a lot to me, and I'm happy that I am building my own community. So big dogs, something like awareness, communities that do that, awareness and stuff. You work. I mean, Martin, if I may ask, are you in any groups? Because there are groups of actors and there are social media groups of writers. If if you want to be part of some of those groups, just go to my inbox on whichever social media platform we talk on, and we can talk more on that. Because when you talk of awareness and stuff, I mean, there are communities for that. Besides me trying to create my own here, because some of those communities have the actors who are like, but never look at all those actors and think you can be at their stage. Nah, you can always build your way up there. Respect them, though. You will reach there too. I'm still on my journey. I'm just 2 years, man. So yeah, there are communities for that, Martin. Awareness and stuff. Trust me, just create your work, have those groups, and put your work there. It will attract 1 or 2 people. It doesn't matter. You'll get noticed in your own way. What makes your writing unique? What makes your monologues unique? I mean, I wouldn't have you guys here if you didn't like my monologues, or if you didn't support my journey. And my monologues get better each day I practice, and I'm happy with that. So that's why I still do what I am doing, and I believe I'll earn a living from it. And I feel the Ugandan industry is still growing. It's young and growing. So I'm just gonna jump on board and flow with it. So I think there are no more questions. But if you have any dying question, just please say it. If you don't, it's also okay. I just want to appreciate you guys for tuning in, for being present today, for supporting, for being live with me, for hearing me out. I don't know if this has been educative, important, beneficial to any of you guys. If it has, well and good. That's really amazing. I am glad you have been present, because at the end of the day, we all need support. We need that one person, we need those 2 people in this acting industry. As beginners, I didn't know this when I was starting out. It's just that I got to know it when I joined an acting school. So yes, I am an actor who has been under mentorship of Mr. Phil Swatter and Mr. Richard Mulindwa, who Mr. Richard Mulindwa is the director under Limits Production, and he has very many people under him. I am just so grateful. I studied under those guys. They've helped me out. We were a class of about 12 people, but this journey is crazy. Right now, I do not know how many people are still actors. So if you are willing to join, to be part of this community, just know it's really big on its own way. It has its challenges, but it doesn't take a year for your business to be successful, okay? Think about that. It can take a year or 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone's luck is different. I'm not in any, but I wish to have one. I'm open to new knowledge, just like now. Yes, Martin, that's all I can tell you. It's really good. I'm gonna reach me out on any of my social media platforms we talk on, or my email. I know, Martin, you have it. I will definitely find a way of getting in contact with people in those communities. For writers, for actors, if you want to join the acting community, we have acting groups where we talk acting, where we post acting jobs. It all comes down to you being available, and always go out for auditions, because one, you're going to gain experience from it. Do not just do monologues like the way I do on social media and you think you're going to get good. You do that, but at the same time, go for auditions and put what you are doing on internet to real life play, because the heat in that room with casting directors is different. Auditioning should be a different school of its own. Anyways, that's what I want to talk about, and I just want to thank you guys for your time. So if any of you has a burning question, let's give it the next 5 minutes. I'm gonna call it an end of the live in 5 minutes time. So if you have any question, please ask before the 5 minutes are done, because that's how we're gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to be here for roughly 1 hour and a half, which we are achieving. So guys, please, if you have any question, just ask now. I address it. And yeah, we call it an evening in Uganda. But acting, please love the game. It's really interesting. Oh, and from here, I'm gonna go for a little while live on my TikTok. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So guys, acting. I second the idea of the support group. I second the idea of the support groups. Oh yes, you should. I mean, it's good. I will just, please reach me out on whatever social media platform you know me for, and I will definitely find a way of connecting you to those groups as actors, as writers. I'm not big in those groups. I just know a person knows a person who can find a way of connecting in those groups. It's not private as it is, it's open. We are all actors. So Kantime, please reach out to me. I will do that. When is the next session? That will depend on what you guys think. Why do you think we should hold the next one? Should it be here on YouTube, or we do it on TikTok next? Because and what topic do you want us to talk about? Because it shouldn't just be about monologues now. There is a lot you can talk about when it comes to film, and in Uganda you must understand your own industry. I wanted to be an actor, passionate about acting, but I had never paid attention to the films made in Uganda. You want to work on set with a director you do not know. Because I always tell people, when you're going for auditions, be picky. It serves you a lot, that one. Yeah, I think we discuss specific topics and the real stand for the character. Yes, we shall talk about all that. Definitely. We shall talk about that. So, like picky topics. Picky. What? I'm not getting. I think we discuss specific topics. What? Like, you want us to pick topics now? I'm lost. Can see me. What do you mean by that? I mean, not now. Oh, okay. So what I was saying is, please be picky. You want to be a Ugandan actor. Remember, this is a Ugandan industry you want to work for. You need to know the directors. You need to know the company. If you're going for an audition and I've put an audition call, always make sure you check the company, because there are some directors who are going to put audition calls, and if you check the company, please try your best to check their YouTubes, try your best to check their social media platforms. Why? You may want to work, you may think the production is going to be high quality, but their previous work, you're always as good as your last work. That's all I can tell you. So sometimes it's good to be picky. I know for a beginning actor that's scary, because man, sometimes I'm not making money out of acting, I'm making money on the side. My dream is to make money fully from acting, but all I can say is be picky at some point. You see, the audition calls, there's a season where audition calls come out like in plenty. But the truth is, some of those projects, man, if you check their YouTube and see, some skeleton of, I even don't know, man. It's chasing you and it just looks so AI, man. Someone asked when your next session will be, so I suggest we start the session and a specific character topic. What? Oh, so for the next session, how do you guys see today's what? Let me first check this. What is expected for? Okay, I get. I'll go through all these comments and come up with something, but to address the next session, today has been my first session this year, which is the 3rd Saturday. So I think let's have one end of the month again, or same time next month, first week. I think we do it, yeah, end of the month. If it's okay, we can have it twice a month. That's beginning of the month and end of the month. So basically the first Saturday of the month and the last Saturday of the month. I don't know how you guys see that. Or if you guys want in a weekly, you can as well tell me, but that's what I'm thinking. First Saturday of the month and last Saturday of the month. But it's not going to be on YouTube as much. We should move to another platform where you guys can verbally speak as well. That's what I'm saying. X is good. That's Twitter. It gives you room to speak at the end of a session. And for those who are interested, from here we can move to X if that's what you want and you can speak. But that will be for the next session, most probably. So yes, I said 5 minutes, and I just want to thank you guys who have been live with me, those who have asked me questions, those who have been present. It really means a lot to me. Having someone stay tuned, having someone ask me about acting. I'm really passionate about this craft, and I want to see fellow actors join this industry and grow. Because at the end of the day, we are the generation coming in, and if you do not make your stand right now, someone who is not as talented as you will pass you. Will get the role, will get the job, will book it, because they understand the insides of the industry. That is what I want to talk about. So basically, that's my session for today. It has taken longer than I expected. What of TikTok? Yeah, we can do it. I mean, I'm going to my TikTok next live, so I'm going to my TikTok next, like in a few minutes from now. I just want to talk, because I have some people who like my craft there as well, those who couldn't come here. I'm just going to go and talk a little bit on my TikTok before I call it an evening. We can do it on TikTok as well. I feel TikTok works because it's open, it's easier for people to approach you and come out. So yeah, I think we're going to do TikTok. We can do TikTok, X, it depends. We can have it mixed around, but most of my audience here is from TikTok, so I think TikTok works for me too. And one more thing I have to tell you as an actor: if you've chosen to be an actor, always remember that this is a business, it's not a hobby. But if you've chosen as a hobby, it's just okay. Keep your social media platforms professional. Please remember that. Keep your social media platforms professional. If you've chosen to keep it as acting, keep it as acting. I'm not saying don't post other things, but do not post things that are contradicting. You are an actor, you're posting monologues, you're posting yourself at work, you're posting this, then all of a sudden, the next day you're posting politics. It's different. It's a niche you're trying to grow. You're trying to grow an audience. Now, I'm trying to watch you as an actor. Why again are you showing me politics, man? So yeah, I'm going to TikTok next just for a few minutes. I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in. It's really been a great session for me speaking to you guys. I hope it was a great session for you guys as well. So once again, thank you so much, and I just want to wish you guys a good and blessed evening. Have yourselves a a beautiful weekend. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful weekend. And do monologues as much as you can. If possible, do once a week. If you're as genius, do it every day. It's just a different story, man. But in case you have more questions, please reach me out on my social media platforms, inbox me, ask me whatever you want to ask, and we can talk more. We can create a community out of this. We can have a WhatsApp group out of it. Depends. But thank you so much for your time, and I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you. Thank you. Have yourselves a good night.